Hello class 7. Today we will study about the interconversion of mechanical energy and electrical energy. Actually we are studying about conversion of one form of energy to another. In that the first one is interconversion of mechanical energy and electrical energy. Now mechanical energy is anything that moves, that moving body produces mechanical energy, or if it is in a state of rest then it also has mechanical energy. Remember, mechanical energy has two forms: kinetic energy and potential energy. So that we had done in the previous class. So in this, the example would be a generator. In a generator there is a motor which rotates. A motor which rotates around uh, the coil of a magnet, and while rotation it produces electricity. So this is a perfect example of interconversion of mechanical energy into electrical energy. Now also electrical energy can be converted into mechanical energy. Remember, fan, electricity moves the blades of a fan. So electricity is making the fan to move. So these are the two interconversions. First one is the moving of a generator, the moving coil of a generator produces electricity. So that is the example of the mechanical energy which produces electrical energy. And a fan which moves due to electricity is the example of electricity producing mechanical energy. Next is the interconversion of chemical energy and electrical energy. This I had given a separate video of how a battery works. Now inside a battery there are chemicals, and in the two terminals of the battery, when they are connected, then chemical reaction happens within the battery which can produce electricity. So the example of chemical energy producing electrical energy is a battery. Okay, so from chemicals present in battery we can produce electricity. Next is interconversion of light energy and chemical energy. The best example that can be given is photosynthesis occurring in plants. When light from the sun falls on the leaves, there is chemical reaction happening in the leaves, and in the process of photosynthesis, the light energy is used by the leaves to produce glucose, that is food for the plants. So glucose is a chemical, an organic chemical, okay, which is actually the food for the plant. So from light energy, the food that is produced by the plants is the example of interconversion of light energy to chemical energy. Also, there is a mention in your book about fireflies. Now fireflies have some chemical within them. This produces light. You must have seen in the night sky, fireflies, they blink. The light that they produce blinks. So it is the chemicals that are present in the fireflies which produces that light. So this is the example where fireflies convert chemical energy to light energy. Next is interconversion of electrical energy and light energy. Now electricity burns a bulb. We all know that. Bulb produces light. So this is the example where electrical energy is converted into light energy. There is also something known as photoelectricity. Okay, and this phenomena is used in solar panels to produce light. You must have seen traffic lights nowadays which work on solar energy. That is, the whole day the sun falls on these solar panels. The solar panels absorbs sun's light and heat, stores it, and later on during night it makes, or it converts that light and heat energy into electrical energy, and it burns those traffic lights or the street lights that are present besides the road. Okay, so these solar panels, they absorb sunlight and produces electricity. This is also known as photoelectricity. Photo means light. Light of the sun is absorbed by the solar panel and it produces electricity. So these are some of the very many examples where different forms of energy are converted from one form to another form. Okay, so energy can be converted from one form to another form. And not only these which we have discussed now today in the book, there are many other forms of change of energy from one form to another. If you go and search the YouTube, you will get so many examples of one form of energy getting converted into another form of energy. The next topic that we need to study is law of conservation of energy. Now this law states that energy you cannot create or energy you cannot destroy. No form of energy can be destroyed or no energy can be created by any of us. Whatever energy is there already in the universe. We can only convert them from one form to another form. Okay. Thus, energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can only be changed from one form to another form. And some of these change from one form of energy to another form of energy we have already discussed. So, law of conservation of energy is whatever energy is there in the universe is there in the universe. You cannot add anything to it or you cannot take anything away from that. You cannot create any energy or destroy. Only thing you can convert one form of energy into another form. This is called law of conservation of energy. So in your book it says, in a closed system the amount of energy is fixed. Now what is a closed system? A closed system is a system wherein there is a fixed amount of energy already present. Okay, in that system you cannot create any more energy or you cannot destroy any of the existing energy that is already there in that system. Only you can, in that particular system, you can only convert the energy from one form to another. Now for this, various examples are there in your book. Let us discuss them one by one. Now first one is given about driving a car. Let me read through it and then I will explain. Fill a car up with fuel. Fuel means petrol or diesel. And you have a closed system. Alright. So when you are filling petrol or diesel in your car is a closed system. Okay, in that system you have filled in chemical energy. You know, fuel consists of chemicals. So you have filled up chemical energy in your car. So what kind of energy you have available in your car? Chemical energy. All the energy you have at your disposal is locked inside the fuel in your tank in chemical form. So whatever energy you have in your system, that is the car, is chemical energy. Now when you burn or when you drive your car, you are burning the fuel which is inside your system in your car. When the fuel flows into your engine, it burns with oxygen in the air. So burning is an oxidation process. Okay, in chemistry you will learn that whenever there is burning, burning means combination with oxygen. So fuel combines with oxygen in the air and then the chemical energy in the fuel is converted first into heat energy. Okay, remember, in the fuel you have chemical energy. First of all, that chemical energy converts into heat energy. That heat makes the engine of your car to rotate. The heat is a flow of energy. This flows through the engine of the car and it makes the engine rotate. The burning fuel makes hot expanding gases inside the system. The burning fuel expands the gases. You know, when anything that is hot, when gases are heated, gases they expand, and this expanding gas pushes the piston in the engine. This way the engine is rotated, and when the engine rotates, anything that moves has mechanical energy. Remember, kinetic energy means mechanical energy. So chemical energy first converts into heat energy, then heat energy is transformed into mechanical energy of the rotating engine in your car. So this is the example where one form of energy is converted into another form in driving a car. So you are not creating any energy. The energy is there while You're filling the car with petrol, you are actually using the energy that is already there in the system, that is your car. But you did not create it, no? It is already there. The fuel that is getting created, that fuel is also coming from the earth itself. You did not create it. It is already being converted from its under the ground. The fossils are taken from under the ground. Fossil fuels are taken from under the ground and converted into petrol. That petrol or diesel you are using in your car. Next comes about boiling a kettle. Now when you're boiling a kettle using a electric kettle, the electrical filaments in the kettle goes and heats up the surrounding wall of the kettle, and that heated wall starts heating the water that is inside the kettle. So electricity is being converted into heat energy, and that heat energy heats up the water which is inside the kettle. So in this also one form of energy, that is electrical energy, you are converting it into heat energy. You did not create any heat energy from yourself, or you did not create that electricity also which is flowing through the kettle. Okay. Next is pushing a car uphill. Uphill means upwards. When you are pushing the car, suppose in a road which goes upward, hills, the roads go up and down, up and down. So when you are pushing the car uphill, you have to work against gravity. You are moving the car, so car has kinetic energy while it is moving. And when you take it up the hill, right at the top of the incline in the hilly road, that is, when the car goes right up, in that position the car is ready to slide down. If the road goes upward in a hill, then there is a point where it will go down also. So at the junction of the uphill and downhill, when the car stands there in that position, it has potential energy. You were pushing the car uphill, that time the car had kinetic energy. That energy got stored in the car when you took it up the hill, and now it is ready to slide down. In that position, the car has potential energy. Now when you push the car further, the car will now slide downhill. And in that position, all the potential energy which was stored in the car will now start getting converted to kinetic energy when it rolls down. Okay. So here also kinetic energy and potential energy are interconverted. Okay. While you're pushing the car up, it had kinetic energy. When it went up, it had potential energy. From up, when you further push it and it slides down, it has kinetic energy. So kinetic energy and potential energy get interconverted in this system. Okay. This is also an example of conservation of energy. Total amount of energy remains the same. How much kinetic energy you were applying on the moving car, that much only will get stored when it is up the hill. The car is up the hill, and that energy again will convert back into kinetic energy when the car slides down. So no energy is added, no energy is subtracted. How much kinetic energy is stored as potential energy, that much potential energy only will get converted back to kinetic energy. Next is a roller coaster ride. What's a roller coaster? If you have gone to a mela, then you will know that those giant wheels which go from top to bottom and bottom to top, so they are called roller coasters. So when you are going from bottom to top, the amount of energy in your body gets stored up when you rise up. So at the topmost position, when you are at the topmost position, then you are ready to glide down. At that position, your body has potential energy, and when you glide down, you will feel heavier. Okay, when you glide down through that roller coaster, you will feel heavier. So all that potential energy in your body which had been stored will now start getting converting back to kinetic energy when you are coming down. Again, when you have come down, all the potential energy has get converted to kinetic energy. When you are down and when you are moving up, then you are gathering up kinetic energy in your body again, and they'll start getting stored to convert. They'll start getting converting to potential energy. So when you are down, all potential energy gets converted to kinetic energy, and from down to up, when you're moving, you are starting to store up kinetic energy and converting it back to potential energy. So this process of conversion of kinetic to potential and potential to kinetic, up and down when the roller coaster moves, remains conserved. That is, no extra energy gets stored or no energy is being destroyed. How much kinetic energy is getting converted to potential energy, that much only will again get converted back to kinetic energy. So this sequence continues as long as you move the roller coaster and you are in that roller coaster.